Well, hello there, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a fun pill card reading. Today we're going to be discussing what are you attracting into your life currently, what are you manifesting based of your current frequency. The intention with this one being to first of all keep it lighthearted, a fun little reading, and also if one of the messages that you end up feeling drawn towards is not something that you prefer, well, you know how to change it. You know what about your current frequency is something that you may not prefer, so as to be able to change it. Remember that nothing is yet set in stone, you know? This is just about, based on your current frequency, what is more likely to be coming your way. That's just the thing. That tiny disclaimer put to the way, yeah, if you're interested in the message, grab a seat, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fun one. And before we jump right in, just a friendly reminder that if you enjoy this kind of content, please like it and subscribe so you don't miss out when your boy posts new videos like so. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. So today we have 6 piles to be choosing from. A lot of piles. Thing being, I felt drawn to, I just felt the little nudge to segregate the message, if it makes sense, as in each and every one of these piles gonna have a message which probably isn't going to be lasting more than 8 to 10 minutes. So the idea is thinking about the question of what it is you're currently attracting into your life based on your current frequency, tuning into your intuition to let yourself see and feel what piles you feel the most drawn to. It may be only one, it may be several, because there may be several important things that you're currently attracting into your life. Each pile will be focusing on probably 1 or 2 things. That's why, yeah, more piles, shorter readings per pile. So yeah, just checking in with your intuition, feeling into the piles you feel the most drawn to, knowing that these piles are going to be the one holding the messages that you need to hear at this moment when it comes to what you're drawing into your life. And yeah, for pile number 1 here, we're gonna have the rose quartz. This is going to be pile number 2 with the red Jasper. This will be pile number 3 with the clear quartz. Pile number 4 with the Aventurine right here. Pile number 5 with the Pyrite. And pile number 6 with the Hematite. So yeah, yet again, take your time, pause the video if you need to choose your piles, to choose your crystals, so as to know what messages you're going to be checking in, maybe only one or several. And once you've made your choice, you can fast forward directly to the timestamps provided down below, either in the description box or the pinned comment, so you can skip ahead directly to your reading or readings. I'm gonna be seeing you there. Hey pile 1, what's up? You're up. I hope you're excited. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're curious about the message. If pile 1, if you chose the rose quartz, that's gonna be your reading. So let's not waste any more time and let's get right into it. Okay, so let's start drawing the cards. What is it, pile number 1, that you are attracting into your life based on your current frequency? Whoop. I'm gonna be drawing, yeah, 2 oracle cards as well as a few tarot cards. And I'm gonna be jumping right in. Pile number 1. These 3 ones. Okay. Let's go for that. So for the oracle cards we have, oh, I love that. See, horse spirit, horse spirit. Interesting. There's already a bit of a thing going on with the 5, the 3s, lots of 3s. For the tarot card we have the Emperor. Okay, that's cool. What else? The Page of Cups, the 2 of Cups, and the 9 of Swords. How I'm gonna put them to fit all on the screen, I don't know. Yeah, good enough. something like that. Okay. So what do we have here? Well, just based off the animal spirits, I'm seeing that there has been a bit of a waiting period in your life. There's been a bit of a, what feels like a low, what feels like a gap left, what feels like a waiting room, honestly. I just see you being like, but when is it going to happen? I want that thing. When is it going to happen? It's like waiting for something to happen, waiting for things to unfurl, waiting for a communication, waiting on an opportunity. It's like, or just waiting something internally. It could be much more general, but I just feel like, yeah, a sense of we've been waiting for a long time and things may have felt a little stagnant. But yeah, it's like it's finally coming to an end. Although it may be a little unexpected in the way it comes to unfurl, in the way it comes to open up. Because freedom is yours is definitely, with the horse here, I'm definitely seeing the movement. But it also is indicating to me, like, you know, the wild nature of the horse. It's like, for some of you, you've been waiting on something and it's finally happening, or it's finally coming, whatever the situation may be. For some of you, you've been waiting on something and you finally realize that actually the world was waiting on you, that there was no point in waiting for anything, and that's when you realize the freedom is yours. And or something along these vibes, or something like it's happening, but it's not necessarily the way you would have wanted it to happen, because it happens differently in a way which is much more aligned, which feels much better. But you know, like, it feels like a little realignment. For some of you, it's literally what you've been asking for, which is finally happening. For some others of you, there's a realignment. But whatever the case may be, it's happening. Because I'm definitely sensing, like, with the Emperor card here, I'm hearing that there's been a lot of, it feels like a lesson has been learned, that you've been growing up. It just feels like you being rewarded for your patience with yourself, for your determination with yourself. It just feels like you've been, it feels like you're being rewarded for having chosen yourself over anything else, for having stood clear and true to your direction, to your path, having maintained your gaze on the horizon instead of having given up. It feels like a reward, but it doesn't feel like a test, as in you were waiting because you were being tested. Not at all. It's just that it feels like there was a learning curve involved. There was a waiting time. You were in a waiting room because it was the time that it took you to figure something out. It feels like, yeah, it's like, it feels, I'm feeling strong Saturn energy here with the Emperor card, as in a lesson has been learned. The waiting wasn't a test. The waiting was the time for you, the patience that it took for you to have with yourself, for you to walk through the lesson, for you to learn it. And there's definitely a sense of Spirit is so proud of you, and you're definitely going to reap rewards and benefits. It's like you've been sowing seeds, you've been very patient with their growth, and now you're finally reaching the harvest. That's how it feels like. But yeah, there's definitely a sense of being like patience being in the mix, and a feeling of reward, a feeling of harvest. With the Page of Cups, the Two of Cups, it's like, it's literally making me feel like finally us reuniting with something that we've been longing for. Like, the Two of Cups is a beautiful card when it comes to union, when it comes to partnerships, when it comes to, you know, it's like two happy goldfish swimming together. So it's a very positive omen if the thing you are thinking about through this reading, the thing that is popping up in your heart, in your mind, is a relationship. That's a very positive omen if that's what you were thinking about. Otherwise, it just feels like, yeah, you're finally uniting with the thing you've been wanting, longing for, the thing that you've been waiting for, this waiting thing for that other thing to happen. You're uniting with it finally. It's finally happening. The Page of Cups is indicating me two things. First of all, it's going to feel much sweeter than what you have imagined. And second of all, for some of you, it may be different than when you what you would have anticipated. Yet again, it's like, it's not for all of you, but I'm definitely sensing that some of you, the thing, it's like you planted some, I don't know, you planted some rice grain, and when you're harvesting, you're realizing, wait a minute, that's not rice, that's wheat. It's like, wait a minute, have I done a mistake? It's like, no, you didn't do a mistake. It's just that something has changed in the meanwhile. Something is happening that makes it actually much better, much more suited for you. I'm definitely sensing that this waiting period has allowed for changes on your behalf, for a lesson to be learned, for healing perhaps with the Nine of Swords. But that result is making so that you are much more prepared for what is happening. You're like, it feels like you are ready to receive it, because now you identify as having that thing. Your identity is no longer in contradiction with this thing, this experience, this whatever, and as such, it's not going to freak you out when you actually receive it. You're actually ready to receive it. But the other thing is like, yeah, perhaps for some of you, this waiting period made you realize, perhaps not consciously, that what you want is actually even better. And that's why I had this word metaphor of you planting a cereal, seeing the sprouts of that cereal, and then realizing, wait a minute, these are the cereals I thought I planted, because it's like, it turned out to be something much more better, but by the time of harvest, it's different, much better, but not what we were expecting. So it's like very happy, synchronistic event, or yeah, just something turning out much better than expected, but with this sensation of that was not expected, which is fun. But there's definitely the sense of sweetness. We also got like the two fish here again. It's like really a sense of reunion, a sense of unity, a sense of peace, of calm, end of hostilities within, especially if he has stressed you out a little. But yeah, the Nine of Swords is indicating me two things. First of all, that waiting period may have felt a little challenging, and perhaps if you still feel in that waiting period, know that it is currently ending as we speak, because I'm picking up on past energies when we're talking about this thing. So it's like, if you're still identifying this waiting period, well, on behalf of the universe, I'm here to tell you it's actually already ended. You feel like it's lingering. No, energies have already shifted by now. But it feels like, yeah, it may have been a little intense, a little rough at times during that waiting period. That was the lesson being learned, I'm hearing. There may have been healing, there may have been profound realizations. That was like you growing up, getting over past stuff that needed sorting out, so as to be able to open up to this. So that's beautiful. Last thing I'm picking up, like with the master number 33, the 5, the 3, there's a lot of change. But with all of these threes, I'm also feeling like, I don't know if the Emperor is the third card in the Major Arcana, so that may not be true, but like a lot of threes. And I'm just feeling, yeah, there's a lot of excitement, a lot of passion, a lot of expansion, a lot of fun, a lot of celebration coming your way. And some of it may be like, yet again, I can't shake this feeling of some of it may be unexpected, but it just turned out to be much better than anticipated, which is beautiful, which is awesome, which is amazing. We love that. But yeah, thank you so much for having shared space with me today. I don't know if you got other readings lined up after this one, other piles that you felt drawn to. But yeah, anyway, that was lovely to read this energy for you. I'm very excited for what is coming your way. That's beautiful. And yeah, thank you so much for having shared space with me today. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, pile number 2, how are you doing? You're up. I hope you're excited about the messages. I hope you're curious about the messages. If pile 2, if you choose this red Jasper, that's going to be your reading. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna first bring out 2 oracle cards. What is it? Spirit, please. What is pile 2 currently aligning up with? No, it was this one. What is pile 2 aligning up with based on their current frequency? This one wants to pop out. Not this one. This one. Okay, what do we have here? Let's see. What is it you're currently attracting into your life? Let it shine. There's always enough. Live that. As for the tarot cards, we got the Six of Pentacles. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles. The Devil. As well as the Ten of Pentacles. Lots of Pentacles, eh? Yep. Yeah, we can better see them like this. Okay. A lot of stability coming up. Lots of Pentacles. Koi fish I associate with abundance and always having plenty. Peacock is definitely about letting yourself shine. That's a very good omen if you've been focusing on finances or something material, like a material endeavor, a possession. Perhaps you've been thinking, yeah, it just feels like Pentacles, not gonna lie. Whatever form of material abundance you may have been thinking about, I'm getting, could very literally be about the pennies, but it could also be about, I don't know, a house, a car, a material possession of a kind that represents something abundant to you, that has worth, that has value, wealth. That's the kind of stuff we're talking about here. And the interesting thing, okay, got it. I think it's just going to be a pretty straightforward message. Congratulations, that's the first thing I'm going to say. Congratulations, because I'm hearing that it's definitely something that may have been on your mind, especially if you're here behind number 2. Finances, physical possessions, and as a more broader picture, wealth. Feeling wealthy, feeling like you have enough. What I'm hearing is that although you may not see it right now, congratulations, because it's yours. It's yours in the sense that we got like Let It Shine and the Devil. I'm definitely sensing that you've been working on yourself a lot. You could totally be someone who has a background of scarcity mentality, someone who's identified not having a lot, someone for whom this topic of the pennies may have been a bit of a trigger point, especially lately. And I'm definitely hearing that the reason for that was that there perhaps were wounds surrounding this topic, but whatever was going on, the end result was that your identity didn't match the one of a rich person, didn't match the one of a wealthy person. As in, just, when we're talking, I'm going back literally to the title of this video now, which is pretty much accurate here. It's like, what are you attracting based off your frequency? It's like, what is your frequency that is being reflected? So far, your frequency apparently wasn't one of wealth, wasn't one of having, and that was what was being reflected to you as such. But I feel like you were aware of that and you've been working on yourself quite a lot on this point. You've been facing your inner devils, and the reasons I'm hearing that you've been facing wounds, you've been looking at yourself in the mirror so as to figure out how is it that you identify so much as someone who does not have. Everyone is going to have a different story on this one, obviously, but I generally feel that if you're here upon number 2, you've been doing this work lately of shifting, healing, sorting out some beliefs about yourself, about the world, and as such shifting your identities. And this is where the Let It Shine comes in. Is like, I'm genuinely sensing that, yet again, since it's pretty darn fresh, that which has been currently going on with that which has been happening with the Devil card, I'm definitely sensing that it's fresh. It may be something that you've been doing for a long time, but you haven't interrupted it only recently, as in it may still be something that you're doing. That's what I'm hearing. You may still be investigating, learning more about yourself, discovering yourself. But the result of that, if you're not aware of it already, is that more of your light is being allowed to express itself. More of your light is appearing, it's shining through you. You are removing the clouds in front of the sun, you being the sun. And so more of your light reaches the earth, more of your light passes through. That's what I'm hearing. It's like you're shining brighter. Quite the literal definition of a glow up, by the way. But I'm literally hearing that, yeah, lately you've been shining brighter and brighter and brighter as a result of investigating yourself, as a result of diving deeper into yourself so as to understand why you would have had such a apparently crappy relationship with the pennies, how comfortable or not comfortable you felt with the pennies. I'm using the term crappy quite loosely, but I'm definitely sensing that you've been doing a lot of work on yourself, and as such you are shining brighter and brighter by the days, and that is opening up to the truth that there is always enough. You're opening up to the truth of this world, which is abundance, plenty. If you are obsessed with scarcity, you're going to have an abundance of scarcity, but it's still abundance, it's still plenty. And yeah, little by little, you've just transformed yourself through your healing. You've transformed your identities, you've shifted your identities, and that has opened you up to receiving that which is coming your way. Hence the congratulations that I was getting since the start. Definitely sensing like 6 of Pentacles is definitely you mending your relationship with the material world, because you have uncovered actual truths and purged illusions that you were walking with. It's definitely, yeah, a sort of mending, a sort of reunion, like getting back into harmony with money, if that was what you were thinking about. But it's like, yeah, getting comfortable and back in harmony with the ideas of wealth, of abundance, of money. I'm definitely sensing that, yeah, as such, it's like you're very much more, your frequency has grown more and more and more practical, more and more and more stabilized, and much more open to working with money, working with wealth. It's like you're much more receptive to it. And the end result is that you are building, and it's going to unfold even more and more and more and more, even though you may not be seeing it right now. It's like it's happening. A very sturdy, solid foundation, because you have created this very solid, sturdy foundation within yourself through this work, and now it's just is on the brink of being reflected to you physically, basically. Yeah, with the 8 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles, I'm definitely seeing you like entering a new phase of your life where you're much more focused on money, but in a much more balanced and harmonious way, much more relaxed way. Yeah, where you're working with it so as to build strong foundations, like foundations which can support the weight of a freaking elephant. But that is only this beautiful opening between you and money is just a reflection of that which has been going on internally, hence the congratulations yet again. Yeah, that's very cool. I'm so happy for you, honestly, with that one. It's very, very cool. Very proud of you on this one, definitely. But yeah, thank you so much for being shared space with me today. That was a lovely reading. I don't know if you got other ones pending amongst the 6 files. But yeah, that was a lovely reading. Know that if you're looking for a more personal kind of situation, more personal kind of reading, I'm offering private readings. You can check out down in the description box below if you're interested for more information. And yeah, please let me know down in the comments how it went for you. If it resonated, I'd love to read about your thoughts. That being said, I'm going to be moving on to pile 3. And in the meanwhile, I wish you the best. Have a good one and enjoy. Well, hello there, pile number 3. How are you doing? Welcome. You're up. I hope you're excited about the message. I hope you're ready for it. I hope you're curious about it. If pile 3, if you chose this beautiful clear quartz, that's going to be your reading. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Okay, point number 3. What are you currently attracting based of your current frequency? Let us see. Yep. Let's do one. I'm gonna bring out some tarot cards as well. Okay. This one as well. This one and this one. Well, they came out pretty quickly. So we have Bobcat Spirit and the Seahorse. The Seahorse popped up for point number 1 as well. That's interesting. Hello, Fly. May you please move before I squish you? Kind of. As for the tarot, what do we have? We got the Hermit, as well as the King of Cups. Okay. The King of Pentacles and Death. Well, 2 major arcanas and 2 kings. Well, that's big energies coming at you right out of the bat. Yeah, these are big energies, my god. That's interesting. Life is a mystery, which am I? I'm hearing things may not appear as they look like. There's a game with illusions here. Thinking things to be one way, but actually being another. Okay, got something. With the Bobcat Spirit, I'm definitely sensing that you may have recently gone through a period of your life that was perhaps a little confusing. I'm not necessarily hearing that it was a period like pile number 1 where it was a period that felt like a waiting room. For some of you, it may have, but generally just a situation that felt a little confusing. I'm feeling like that felt a little disorienting, feeling like you fell off the path, you fell off track. I'm feeling like you've been through a moment, a period of time where you just felt like things were off. You felt like you didn't recognize yourself that much in what was happening. That's why it felt off. That's why it felt like you were off path. It's like something weird is going on. And I'm literally hearing sometimes in order to find yourself, you gotta allow yourself to get lost in the first place. It's like I'm generally sensing that, yeah, lately you may have been walking on a path and you may have felt like things were off because you didn't really recognize yourself in what was going on. Yeah, like just a feeling of something a little weird is going on. But we don't necessarily are capable of pinpointing with our finger exactly what it is that is disturbing us. What I'm literally hearing is like, life is a mystery, is like, Spirit is inviting me to consider it like a game, as in, quite literally, sometimes in order to find yourself, you first gotta lose yourself. In order to find the right path, sometimes you gotta fall off the one you're already walking on. Because I'm generally feeling like the reason why it felt off is because it was all along but didn't realize it. And as you grew and evolved and your truth expanded, you ended up realizing that the path you had been walking on no longer suited you. But perhaps it hadn't gone through your mind before. Perhaps you were not aware of before, and that's okay. But I'm just sensing that you've been realizing with much more awareness lately that the path that you've been walking on perhaps isn't the one that better reflects you. It's not one where you necessarily feel home. Yeah, it just feels like it's interesting, but it's not you. It's like, sure, I'm just sensing like, yeah, it's not bad, but it definitely could feel much better. That's what I'm getting out of this energy, really. I'm definitely sensing is just, yeah, you're realizing, oh, the camera. You're realizing that, well, things are, I mean, it's time to change things up. As in, what am I getting? It's a little confusing here. There are some illusions, like with the Hermit card. I'm gonna jump to the Tarot right now, because it just feels like it's been very confusing, and I'm definitely picking up on your confusion relative to like what the hell is going on right now. But at the same time, it feels like it's exactly what was meant to happen. It's exactly what needed to happen actually in your life. Because the Hermit card is definitely making me feel that this moment of your life also was lived and felt as if it was a little more by yourself. That you perhaps may have felt like there were less connections, that you had more time by yourself. There's definitely a focus of, I mean, a feeling of focusing on oneself, a feeling of disconnecting a little bit from people so as to better hear yourself, better listen to yourself. Yeah, a period of being a hermit, basically. Something feels off, so we go within, we look inwards to find out what it is. And yeah, we just end up unveiling truths and illusions. I just feel like you've been living your life without necessarily questioning too much, and now you've just taken the time to pause and explore within, finding yourself. I'm hearing therapy. Some of you may have been on a bit of a therapy journey, perhaps. But yeah, just pause, look within, watch and wait, and realize that there are a lot of things that you haven't been thinking about that you were doing or not doing, a way of being that wasn't authentic, that wasn't you anymore. But you need to take the time to realize it in the first place. Because then we got like King of Cups, King of Pentacles. These are big energies. King of Cups definitely is to me in this context especially feels like someone who has achieved mastery, self-mastery in the realm of emotions. King of Pentacles is definitely that which feels the person that feels accomplished and actualized in a lifetime. It's like big energies but they both come with someone knowing who they are, someone knowing themselves, that perhaps something that you were not experiencing so far. The Death card is definitely making me feel like the ending of an old version of you who was just gliding through life completely unaware of themselves. And there is nothing bad about it, don't get me wrong. It's like, it's totally fine. If that goes well for you, then enjoy. But you want more. You've been wanting more, you've been longing for more, and that longing, that desire for more has called you into looking inwards and realizing, okay, well, now it's time to change things up. It's like, it was fun so far, but now I'm wanting to go much beyond in my life. I'm wanting to explore new realms, new dimensions of who I am. I'm wanting to actually settle in life. I'm actually wanting to feel this kind of maturity and experiencing myself as, self-aware, awareness of our emotional reality, awareness of who we are, and just actualize myself in a life that really feels authentic. And it just feels like a lot more awareness to me within these two kings. It's like, now all of a sudden you're living your life in a way that feels much more fulfilling than it ever has. But the reason to it is that you're completely aware of what's going on. You're aware of who you are, no longer gliding through life without a thought behind those eyes. Yet again, there's no judgment in that at all. But it's like, I genuinely feel that before you were just letting yourself perhaps being guided by the winds. And it's like, no, now you get to choose where the winds go. It just feels like the metaphor I'm getting is like a kid who was living their life because of what their parents told them to do. They would go to this school because their parents would tell them to do so. They would I don't know, go and play that sport because their parents wanted the kid to play this sport. And now they've grown up and they're like, well, okay, but now I'm realizing that this sport is actually, that sport is not that bad. Back to this energy of it's not bad, but it could be better. You know, it's like that sport that I've been playing my entire life. It's not that bad, but it's not my favorite either. It's just that I've always played it because parents. Or perhaps this studies path, this career, it's not that bad, but it's not that fulfilling. And the reason to why I've done this so far is just because family, parents, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's generally this sense of turning inwards, discovering who the freak you are, and now living a life from a much more self-aware perspective. This death card is definitely making me feel like the metamorphosis of a caterpillar into a butterfly. It's like, that worked well for you so far, now it's time for you to claim the driver's seat of your life, though. So that's exciting. That's very exciting. Which in a way, I'm definitely sensing like an invitation to be open to change, because you are noticing yourself changing quite drastically in a very short amount of time. No, I'm hearing like the plans that you make sure that they hold space for the plan. For the plan is like, be okay with things being unexpected, be okay with things not going your way, because you're currently in a very profound transformational period of your life. And so make space for you to change, make space for things to not go the way you anticipated them, make space for you turning out to be someone you didn't think you would be. If it makes sense, I hope. But yeah, just be patient with yourself and be open. Observe what's going on. Yeah, that is a very beautiful, very deep reading, very mysterious reading. I like that. Thank you so much for having shared space with me today. I don't know if you got some other readings pending after this one. But anyway, that was a lovely reading, beautiful energies. Please let me know down in the comments how it went for you. I'd love to read about your thoughts, if it resonated. Lots to discuss about with this one. And yeah, know that if you're looking for a more private kind of reading, I'm offering private sessions. If you're interested, there is more information in the description box down below. But yeah, I'm gonna move on to group number 4, and in the meanwhile, well, enjoy your transformation, and until next time, take care. Well, hello there, pal number 4. How are you doing? You're up on stage. Welcome. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're curious about the messages. So far, we've had a lot of variety in the messages, so I'm very excited to know what's gonna come off of this one. If part 4, if you choose the Aventurine, that's gonna be a reading, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Okay, part number 4. What are you attracting into your life based on the frequency you're vibrating at? This one as well wanted to come through. One more card, okay. What about the tarot? What is it you're attracting in your life? Pile number 4. Just 2 ones. And this one. Okay. So for the Oracle cards, we got the armadillo, the owl, and the beaver. Okay, there's already a bit of a theme going on. Lots of greens as well, lots of nature. As for the tarot, we got the Page of Pentacles, talking about nature. Wait, where can I put them so that we can see them all? I'm not gonna see them. 5 of Pentacles. Okay. Knight of Swords. 4 of Swords. I'm getting a very, very fresh energy. A very fall, autumn kind of energy. Like a shedding and comfortable, homely feeling. We're shedding stuff out and we're just curling up in our home with our loved ones. It's a beautiful energy. Big change in direction, big change in the direction the wind's blowing in your life. Definitely. Oh, this is such interesting energies I'm picking up on, really. It's really calling me out of my mind, definitely. So I'm up for that. Just with the oracle cards, let's start with that. Armadillo, owl, and the beaver. I'm definitely sensing that you've come out with the owl spirit. You've come out of a period of I don't know if I have a word for that actually, but it's like you're believing in a lot of illusions without necessarily realizing it, although I'm pretty sure that you were, since now you see clearly. I just feel that I just feel you in a moment where I don't know if that's how it works in your country, because where I'm at, we're just beginning the fall season, which may not be the case in your where you're at. But here where I live, when the autumn comes, the winds change direction, and there's a lot of this. The energy is very much the one of shedding old stuff out, opening up to new things, especially because autumn here coincides with the Virgo season, and yeah, just going in a new direction, which feels much more aligned, much more homely. I'm definitely sensing that perhaps there were a lot of illusions before in your life, not necessarily within you, not only within you, but also around you, within the people around you. I'm just feeling like I'm just seeing you like navigating through a thick mist in the night, like you're just walking through a forest but you cannot see anything. You think you are, but you're actually not seeing what's going on. Perhaps there were illusions within you and illusions outside of you. Perhaps the people around you were hiding stuff out, or I just feeling a lot of illusions, a lot of beliefs which just turned out to be false. And I'm just feeling that, yeah, you've shed a lot of these illusions. They were not necessarily all like malicious intended. Some of them were just genuine, like people believing something which just so turns out not to be true at all. But they never were made aware of it. You know, it's not necessarily malicious, but I'm definitely sensing that, yeah, there was a lot of lies in the air. Perhaps within, definitely outside. And whatever went on with you, you happen to be seeing clearly now, like the owl in the night. As in before, you were walking in a forest in the middle of the night through a thick mist. Now you're flying over the forest as an owl, so you see everything. I'm just seeing, like, I just feel that you see through the dark. You see things for what they actually are. That is very interesting in and of itself, because that in turn allows you to set proper boundaries. I'm feeling that you piercing through all of these lies helped you better understand yourself, and as such set healthy boundaries which reflect who you are, and this is what created the sense of homeliness that I was picking up on. None of these healthy boundaries which reflect none other than you. Within those boundaries, you grow and exist as you, and as such there is this sense of, yeah, being back home, because now your boundaries are allowing you to flourish as who you are, instead of setting your, like, having very loose boundaries and patching them up with lies, you know? I don't know if you get the energy that I'm picking up on. I hope so. But yeah, there's definitely like you coming at a sense of peace, a sense of you coming back in a state of centeredness, being centered on yourself, feeling home within yourself because you have set the proper boundaries, because you see through the lies now. That's already something. Another thing is like nature seems to be a strong energy here, and especially with the Page of Pentacles coming up after nature. So I'm definitely sensing that either it could be quite literally like you enjoying spending more time in nature, but it also means to me like you coming back to your nature, as wildly different as it may be from all of what these prior lies may have intended. what of these prior lies may have led you into believing. Just feeling you coming back to your nature. So is something, and the winds of change that I was picking up on, I'm literally hearing, yeah, winds of change. It's like you are, all of this is resulting in you coming back to yourself in a much more centered place, and that is inspiring you to lead your life in a completely brand new direction, in a way which reflects you much better, much more accurately. So that is beautiful. For the tarot cards, the Page of Pentacles is definitely making me feel, yeah, yet again, like you claiming your nature, but also building a life with a sense of beginner's mindset. It feels like going back to square one, although it's not an ace, it's a page in the suit. So it's like, no, you've grown a lot, actually. You've grown a freaking lot. And congratulations on that, by the way. But it feels like going back to square one, although it's very much not the case. It feels like it because you are in this profound redirection, I feel. The winds are taking you somewhere new where it feels like, yeah, yet again, it feels like being back to square one because you are in a completely new place, but you are not back to square one. The place you're in makes you feel that you're in a new place, but you are not at square one. You've grown a lot. Hope it makes sense yet again. But yeah, and just it feels like you creating something new for yourself with this new understanding of who you are in this new place, in this new space, in this new energy. So that is beautiful. The Five of Pentacles is definitely making me feel like you've let a lot of things behind you. You have left a lot of things that you used to be attached to, a lot of things you used to care about, a lot of people perhaps. It's like just the imagery just feels like before you may have felt upset at all of these coins falling out of your purse, but now you realize that that was actually your biggest blessing. All of it falling out is just all the clutter that got evacuated of your life so as to make space for all of this. And that just feels like freedom in an ecstatic manner. Just feels so freeing. Nice, beautiful. Another message is, yet again, congratulations, because there is nothing left for you back there. Back in this place where all of these lies used to thrive, there is nothing for you there to be found. That's why the winds are taking you in such new direction. The Knight of Swords, and apparently the Four of Swords has something to do with it. Huh, what are you going to tell me, Spirit, about that one? The Knight of Swords is definitely making me feel like, first of all, is making me feel what I was saying, that yes, it feels, the Page of Pentacles make me feel like it feels like a brand new chapter of your life. The Knight of Swords is indicating me that, again, you are not, you're not oblivious. You're not a fool anymore. It's like, it's a brand new chapter, but you've grown a lot. You're not the same person that you used to be. You're not back to square one within yourself. The person you are is not back, hasn't gone backwards, although your situation may feel brand new. And that's giving me this. And the Nine of Swords is also indicating me a lot of messages, actually, a lot of movement, swift energy, a lot of exciting movement. It's like perhaps things may have felt sluggish in the past because it was like all murky and like it was very foggy, very opaque, difficult to see through, and lots of lies. But now that you feel free and that you see clearly, I just feel you moving swiftly towards what you want to build. Yet again, it feels like a lot of freedom, like, look at the Knight, not even wearing a chest piece, not even wearing a chest piece. It's like, it's so agile, it's so freeing. You feel the wind on your skin. So it's very cool. And just happily gliding with the wind. So yeah, it feels very swift energy. And another one is also enjoying the sword. It's like enjoying who you are and your capabilities, I'm hearing. Perhaps the life that you're currently creating for yourself is one which better honors your gifts, your abilities, your intellect, however it may be relevant. I'm just sensing, yeah, like a life that better honors what you're bringing to this world. The Four of Swords is definitely giving me a bit of an ambivalent energy. On one end, it feels like a time of peace has come, that you feel so much at peace as a result of all of that. Because yeah, it feels very still, it feels very peaceful. On another end, it also gives me like the gut feeling of the calm before the storm for some reason. What's up with that, Spirit? Is it about what they're coming from? What they've left behind? It honestly feels the energy of someone getting envious. Okay, it's a side message, but it feels to be pretty important, since that seems to be something that you may be attracting to you. I'm hearing that you've just left these lies, these situations, and especially these people behind you. Some of them may not be so inclined in letting you go. That's what I'm hearing. So it's like, as you're enjoying all of this, I'm just feeling like you shining brighter and brighter by the days, just you opening up to your life, having let go of all of these lies. It may create a bit of envy. No, not just a bit of, actual envy and jealousy within other people and triggering. It's like your light is uncomfortably triggering toxic people around you, and especially those who already know you. Possibly, that's what I'm guessing, possibly people you have let go of recently, and they may try to come back. So that is an important message that Spirit is wanting to communicate. Is like, honor these newly built boundaries, honor them, because they're going to be relevant very soon. It just feels like I'm hearing like it's not a test. I'm generally feeling that you've let go of a lot of stuff, and that was amazing, and that has opened up a lot of new energy within your life, and you are enjoying it. If you're not currently enjoying it, it's like wherever you are on the timeline, there's a lot of you enjoying this, and quickly after, the situation gets activated once again. It's like these people seem to come back after you. I'm literally hearing it's not a test. It is for you to show to yourself that you're over it. It's like it's the universe offering you the opportunity to prove to yourself the fact that you're a different person, that you're over it, that there is no going back. Because I'm hearing that perhaps for some of you unconsciously, for some of you consciously, but for some of you unconsciously, there still may be some attachment to this place you're coming from, to this dark, foggy, misty forest. Some of you may still have some attachments to that place, whatever this place actually happens to be in your life, whether an actual place or a bunch of people or situation. And yet again, I'm feeling that this thing may try to come back for you, and this will be the beautiful opportunity that the universe is offering you to prove to yourself your strength, to prove to yourself your determination, to prove to yourself blah, 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 how much you love yourself, and to prove to yourself that you're over it. Don't see it as a test, don't take it personally, this is not the point. But you need to be made aware of that if you're here, okay? So I'm hearing that there's nothing to be afraid of, there's nothing to be scared of. It's just that now you're gonna be less surprised if it ends up happening, okay? It's not, yet again, it's not a test, don't take it personally, it's fine. It's just for you to have this opportunity of affirming those boundaries. Ooh, that was a much longer reading. And we had more cards. But yeah, thank you so much for having shared space with me today. I don't know if you got other readings planned on this same video, but anyway, that was a very interesting reading, lovely reading, beautiful energies that came through. I hope it was useful. Let me know please down in the comments how it went for you. Lots to be discussed about. I'd love to know if it resonated, whatever what are your thoughts, whatever they are. And yeah, just know that if you're looking for a more private kind of experience, I'm offering private readings. You can check out the description box down below if you are interested in more information about that. And in the meanwhile, well, I wish you to enjoy your new life. And yeah, sending you so much love. Have a good one. Bye. Well, hello there, part number 5. How are you doing? Welcome. I hope you're excited. I hope you're curious. You're up. So yeah, I'm very curious to know what we're gonna have for you as a message. If part 5 you chose this beautiful piece of pyrite, that's gonna be your reading if the camera wants to focus on it. Kind of. There you go. That's gonna be your reading, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Okay. So, part number 5. What is coming your way? What are you attracting in your life based of your current frequency? Let us see. You open some tarot cards. Oop. Okay. Oop. Okay. And this one. Let's go. So for the oracle cards we got Moth Spirit, Eagle Spirit. Huh, well, there's already a thing going on here. Okay. As for the tarot cards, got the 4 of Swords, which just popped up for part number 4, interesting. The 5 of Cups, as well as, oh, we got many tarot cards. Got the 6 of Swords, the World, the Sun. Well, what a way to end the tarot spread. So, whoop. Can we see them all? Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Surrender now. Spirit has your back. I genuinely feel that you are coming out, or just came out, of a bit of a not so fun situation. When I start with the tarot, it's like the 5 of Cups is generally indicating grief, some letting go, some emotions, you know. And in this case, it generally feels like going beyond just grief. It feels like you had to accept something, you had to accept a loss of a kind. Yeah, you had to accept a loss of some kind. And yeah, you're moving on to this loss, but there's a bit of a sense of, feels a little bit, because yeah, you had to accept a loss. This 4 of Swords, what can you tell us here? Yeah, it gives me like eerie stillness in this energy, as in, it feels like there's been a conflict through which, probably involving other people, a conflict through which you got to see the real face of some people, the real face of a situation, realize that it would never be what you wished it would have for you, had to cry the loss and move on without it. And it just feels like, yeah, it's been a bit of a bumpy ride. But the beautiful thing is that, like, the other cards that we have, these 3 cards are definitely talking about something that happened. It's giving me strong past energy, so it's definitely something that is behind you. And all the other cards are super positive. So that is already cool to see. It's definitely making me feel like surrender now, Spirit has your back. It's like generally giving me the life lesson kind of vibe, as in you had to, like, this had to happen. You had to cry the loss because you had to learn that this thing you would not gather from the outside but from within. It really does feel like, yeah, having to give up something and in turn later realizing that it's actually a beautiful thing that it happened, because now you're realizing that you don't need anyone else but yourself for this particular thing. It generally feels like a big life lesson that happened through a bit of a rough moment. But surrender now and spirit has your back is definitely indicating me that whatever it is, as much as it very likely did not feel very awesome, and I'm sorry for that, it's like awesome news are on the horizon. It's like you will very quickly see surrender now, accepting that even if it makes you feel perhaps a little worried, because it's like you don't necessarily go. I get the sense that you're not necessarily super confident relative to where you're going. You don't necessarily go where you're going now that you had to move on to get away from the situation. I'm generally sensing that spirit has your back, literally, as in you can rest assured that you are protected, that you are safe, you are guided, you are provided for. I really feel you in a very comfortable spot, honestly. Although it may not be your experience of it, it really feels super comfortable where you are right now, because I'm generally feeling like such a strong presence of your spirit team on this one. Yet again, you feel very, to me, you very much feel like super protected, nurtured, nourished. You're literally being asked to trust spirit, because it's been a bit of a rocky ride, bit of a bumpy ride, but it needed to happen for a reason. You will very shortly realize your answers are on the way. You will understand why it happened. In the meanwhile, you just need to surrender to the fact that there was purpose in what happened, and that you're safe for the time being. What's coming your way is definitely the world and the sun. I mean, those two cards are beautiful. They are very positive. The sun is one of the most positive in tarot, really. The sun card is all about radiance, positivity, optimism, joy, fun, shining bright, like dancing in the sun kind of energy. And the world is definitely here feeling whole, feeling complete, reaching a much deeper understanding of ourselves, of life, feeling so much more connected to this world. That's definitely what I'm sensing here for you. It's like, although you may not, some of you may already, but most of you may not feel, you may still feel like you're letting go of this. It's like, this is definitely going to make you feel so much more whole as you start understanding what actually happened and why it needed to happen this way. But yet again, it's like what's coming your way, a strong sensation of wholeness, understanding yourself much deeper, and just so much joy, so much happiness, so much fun, so many beautiful events that happen because you're opening up to them, because you let go of these energies that were no longer serving you. It's like, I just feel like you've released something very heavy, and that this has opened you up to experiencing yourself in a much more deeper and whole way, but it also opened the space necessary for you to receive a lot of awesome stuff, all the radiance of life. That is beautiful. And so that's very much like, as you start understanding why this happened the way it did, you will see yourself opening up to surrendering more. It's like, oh, even the darkest nights actually are here for my evolution. Even through the darkest nights, you realize that this is how the universe is forging you, is helping you to become the person who lives your wildest dreams. I'm generally sensing that there is a lot of purpose, a lot of fate behind these events, as dark as they might be, and you will realize that this is just building character. It's like, it's building you into the person who actually gets to live all these things that you've been dreaming of for the longest time. So there is a lot of purpose, and this is very much aligned with who you're meant to be. It's like nothing fell out of balance. It's actually it's part of your path. There's nothing wrong with it. So it's beautiful, and definitely, like, I'm sensing you understanding and sinking much deeper in what surrender means. I'm just seeing you, just so much more at peace, and so much more surrendered, so much more aware of the presence of the universe, so much more aware of the presence of your team, which is taking care of you so deeply and loves you so much. But yeah, it's just give yourself the compassion and the patience if you're not there just yet. It will happen naturally as you're letting go of this. If you don't feel there just yet, that's okay. You just need to be patient with yourself and compassionate, okay? These things are beautiful energies that you're opening up to, but yet again, it's like these are the most beautiful energies you could be opening up to at this moment, especially when it comes to what cards in tarot could be popping out for a reading. The freaking world and the freaking sun next to each other. It's like, yeah, it's very, very positive omen, but I'm definitely sensing that it's purposefully kept a little unclear what it is. I'm picking up on a lot of positivity, a lot of optimism, a lot of surrenderedness, a lot of joy, a lot of beautiful events, but that's still very vague. And I'm definitely hearing that it's because you need to give yourself the time. Right now you're processing this thing. In due time you will realize what it is all about. But the only thing I can see is, my God, will you enjoy it? This is beautiful energy. And yeah, good job for having walked yourself through these moments, honestly. But yeah, thank you so much for having shared space with me today. That was a lovely reading, very deep, quite emotional, but very promising, very optimistic. So I'm very happy for that for you. And yeah, let me know down in the comments if it resonated. I'd love to read about your thoughts about what's going on. Also, if you're looking for a more private kind of reading, know that I'm offering private readings. Quite literally, if you're curious about it, there's more information in the description box down below. But yeah, in the meanwhile, I wish you to sink deeper in love, to be patient with yourself, and to enjoy everything which is ahead of you, because there's a lot of beautiful stuff ahead of you, definitely. That I can sense. And yeah, till next time, have a good one. Bye. Well, hello there, pal number 5. How are you doing? You're up. I hope you're excited. I hope you're curious about the message. We've had wildly differing messages so far. I'm very curious about what we're gonna have with you. And I'm just realizing that you're not pile number 5, you're pile number 6 now. Woo! Pile number 6, if you chose the Hematite, that's gonna be your reading. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Okay. Pile number 6. What are you currently attracting into your life as a result of your current frequency? Let us see. Yep. That's a lot of cards. More, please, Spirit. Okay. Okay. So, for the Oracle cards, we got the squirrel. I love this card, it's so cute. And the hummingbird. Okay. Very positive energies. We got the King of Wands. Got the 3 of Swords, as well as the 5 of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. Okay. What do we got going on? What have we got going on here? I got interesting energies going on. It's like the timeline I'm picking up is a little mixed up. Well, we're gonna begin somewhere. I'm gonna begin with the squirrel, since I love it so much. I'm gonna say what's going on after. What is coming your way is definitely feels about you at the moment. It's like what is coming your way, a new version of you. Someone who feels much more confident within themselves, someone who is at peace, someone who is happy just to be here and now. Just to be, yeah, it's less, it feels simple, it feels calm, it feels relaxed, it feels confident, it feels happy, it feels joyful. And that's you. It's like, if that's not how you've been feeling lately, that's definitely what you're currently opening up to. So that is already nice. The King of Wands is definitely making me expanding on this version of you that you're growing into currently, that which is coming to you right now. It's definitely someone who is very confident, who has some leadership characteristics. When I'm describing these characteristics, take up what resonates and leave out the rest, by the way, because not all of you are aspiring to be leaders. That's what I'm hearing. But yeah, there's definitely, with the King of Wands, is definitely like confidence, leadership, rallying people, charisma as well, determination. You know, it's like masculine energy definitely here, but some, yeah, very confident kind of leader, charismatic leader energy. And that's definitely the kinds of energies that are coming up for you. Yeah, it feels like a very calm, chill, relaxed, happy, present energy. But also one which is very like, yeah, there's this sense of leadership and relationship with others I'm hearing. So that is definitely like the persona that you're growing into, like more of your truth that you're reuniting with, I'm hearing. Now for more details, we got the Swords and the Page of Pentacles, the Three of Swords. I'm hearing that... I'm hearing not to take it literally, like the literal meaning of the Three of Swords. It genuinely feels like opening up your heart after having been hurt, but I'm not sure about that last part. Because it's like the Three of Swords deals with heartbreak generally, but that's not the vibe I'm getting here. There's something about the heart, definitely, with the imagery that is going on. Removing... I'm hearing like removing the swords out of the heart in the imagery, as in removing the sticks from the wheel, so as to allow the wheel to roll again. I'm hearing like removing what's been in the way of your heart. And in fact, the King of Wands also deals with passion and excitement. That's a wand thing. So it's like removing everything which has been standing in the way of the heart. Because in the past, again, it's like there may have been some healing involved. In the past, there may have been some not so equal give and take kinds of relationship that you may have been involved with. I'm definitely feeling that's a very old energy that we're picking up, but the lesson goes back to this old energy. You may have been a certain amount of time ago being involved in relationships where there was no equal give and take, and it felt like you were being drained with energetic vampires kind of stuff. Feels a bit like that, like bit dodgy energies, bit shady energies. But that's something that happened a long time ago. But what I'm hearing is that the lessons that you learn there is definitely what is right now leading you into becoming more of what we have described. Someone who removes the souls out of their heart, metaphorically, someone who reunites with their heart, with their passion, with opening their heart to the world, being so happy and content to be here and now, confident within themselves, charismatic, just loving themselves much more deeply, reuniting with their passion yet again. And a Page of Pentacle, what can we have out of here? Feels a bit of an pure, innocent kind of energy here. It generally feels like building something brand new. I'm gonna need a little bit of a clarifier on this card, honestly. Let's see, Spirit, can I have a clarifier with the Page of Pentacles, please? This one. Got two, why not? 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. Oh, double 10 actually. Oh, end of a cycle. Yeah. No, it was quite literal then. It genuinely feels like you're building something brand new, but from a completely new, different perspective. It feels that whatever happened in the past, and I feel purposefully foggy because that's not the point of the reading. It's like you've learned a lot along the way, and you've learned how to stop limiting yourself, how to stop putting, like, unwillingly antagonizing yourself, that you've been opening up to your authenticity. I'm hearing you may be someone who's identified being a little bit put on the side because you are so unique and so different in appearance. I'm genuinely sensing that you've learned to love yourself for who you are, and that has made you grow into all of these things, a lot of peace, a lot of passion, what we've already discussed. And so now you're in this phase of your life where you're starting to build something brand new, but it feels new for two reasons. First of all, because you've never done it before, but also because it's never been done this way before by anyone else. It feels double the amount of new. And you building this new thing for yourself, whatever it is really, maybe a relationship, and I'm gonna get into specifics, but whatever it is in your lives, this new thing is opening a new chapter, which is closing old ones. Definitely, with the double tens that we had, it's definitely putting an end to an old version of you, putting an end to past cycles, past patterns that you're no longer partaking into, and definitely opening up the doors of a genuine abundance that perhaps you haven't experienced so far. An abundance in the material world, but not only, also in the realms of excitement, satisfaction, purpose, also in the realms of emotional fulfillment, also in the realm of mental stimulation, however it feels best to you, and generally sensing that you're opening doors to experiences that feel so good and yet didn't know could even exist, for how good they feel. So that is awesome. That is really cool. That is really cool. But yeah, I'm definitely sensing that it's thanks to you, basically. Thanks to you staying true to yourself and growing more loving towards yourself. So it's beautiful. Thank you so much for having short space with me today. That was a lovely reading, lovely energy. Please let me know down in the comments how it went for you, because there's a lot of energies to be discussing about, whether it resonated or not. What were your thoughts about it? Yeah. Just so you know, if you're looking for a more private kind of experience with me, I'm offering private readings. You can check out the description box down below if you're interested for a little more information. But that being said, I'm wishing you all the best to celebrate your journey and to enjoy everything which is ahead of you. And yeah, till next time, see ya. Take care.